What's up YouTube, it's Dirty Dave. In this video, I'm going to be doing a guide for all the attacking gadgets and ranking them from best to worst. In my opinion, is going to be frag grenades, smoke grenades, stuns, claymores, and breaching charges. I'll also be doing the guides in that order, so make sure you guys check the comments for timestamps so you guys can watch the parts that you want to see and skip the parts that you don't. So giving some quick reasoning as to why I ordered that way. So with frag grenades, they're one of the two attacking gadgets that are lethal, claymores and frags. But with frag grenades, they're much more versatile. You can use them on the offensive to take out enemies behind cover, but also as a tool to take out enemy utility like barbed wire shields, and then the enemy gadgets like Maestro Evil Eyes, Castle Barricades, etc. So very versatile and lethal. Second is going to be smoke grenades. So smoke grenades are really the only attacking gadget that help you complete the objective, which is planting the diffuser. They give you cover and like safety to plant the diffuser, but they blind the enemy. So pretty great. They're simple, but they're great. Third is going to be stuns, and stuns are a little bit they're good for the like kind of a different reason than you would expect, is because you can use them to burn Jaeger ADSs. So Jaeger ADSs get majority of the projectiles, like they stop smokes and frags, which are better than stuns. So you want to use them to burn the Jaeger ADS, so your your smokes and frag grenades are free to go, and also your Yin Candelas and your Ash charges, your Sophia concussions, etc. All the attacking projectiles, they're free to go because you use the stun grenades to burn the Jaeger ADS. But also, if you can get a stun grenade onto the enemy, that's a nice advantage to have in the gunfight. So that's our third. For our fourth, claymores. Claymores, I feel like in a way you can argue they're better than stuns because you can get kills with them. But in a perfect world, you don't necessarily need claymores because you would have drones watching flanks, teammates watching flanks, and having callouts, so you don't really need like a claymore to watch your back. But this isn't a perfect world. Sometimes you're solo queuing and your teams are not communicating, and you do want that claymore to watch your back. But there's also those maps that are really hop out heavy, like Skyscraper and Consulate, so having a claymore on those is really useful. And then finally, breaching charges. I think breaching charges are the worst because they don't do what they're meant to do that good, which is soft breaching. Like if you want soft breaching, take Buck, take Sledge, take Ash, take Sophia. They can soft breach more, faster, and from a distance. So yeah, that's the ranking. Let's go into our grenades guide. Onto some frag grenade testing. You guys can see in the bottom right corner of the screen, I have a little timer going, and it takes 4 seconds for a frag grenade to explode. And I threw that about head height, which takes us about 15 meters away. Now I'm trying to throw it at the max distance. So this is long haul or office haul here on border. And this is about as far as you're ever going to need a grenade to go. So we get all the way down to the back door over at generator, 23 meters away. So yeah, pretty far. You most likely won't need a grenade to go that far. But now I'm going to show you guys how I like to use grenades. And in my opinion, the best way to use them to get some nice cheeky kills. So I was just showing you guys the spot where I'm grenading. And you can see that I'm pinging at 6 meters. So here I'm cooking the grenade and I'm trying to explode it right at that ping, so I can get a nice kill onto unsuspecting enemy defenders. So I do it at 6 meters because I find it that it's far away enough to where I don't injure myself, but it's also close enough to where there's no anything that's hanging down from the ceiling is not in the way. I'm not a mile back outside of the room trying to get this cheeky grenade spot. So right there, just showing common spots, like right there, that's a common spot for Mira when defending Penthouse. Get a cheeky grenade onto her. So I'm gonna show you guys how to practice this. So you got to go into terrorist hunt. I think it's diffuse game mode, and you just want to do this. Kill all the terrorists in the area. You got to find yourself a bomb, so you have a little ammo crate. You can see in the bottom left corner the green ammo, and so you can refill your grenades and just practice cooking it. So 6 meters, and I usually cook it for about 3 seconds to where the crosshairs start ticking pretty fast to where you can't keep track, and just throw it. So you got to get a feel for it, practice it. Now we're going on to some actual testing the lethality. So that's a 2 armor standing on a grenade, and boom, kills them. Now we're testing a 3 armor standing grenade, rolling it between the legs. So Echo right here, one of the thick boys, and boom, he gets down. So that honestly, that surprised me. I thought he would die. But now we're testing 1 armor with Rook plates. So a little lag right there, but that ain't gonna affect the results. So throwing a grenade between his legs, and he goes down as well, just like the 3 armor. So Onto smokes. I have two clips to show you guys, and they both show how to properly use your smoke grenades, and that is to smoke out the enemy and not smoke out yourself. And I have some stats that are going to be coming up, but what you mainly need to know is that you have 12 seconds of full coverage with your smoke grenade. So like I said at the beginning of the video, you use smoke grenades to help you plant the diffuser. They provide cover and blind the enemy. But another way to use them is to bait out the enemy's utility. So a lot of times, since they can't see you directly, they can't really shoot you, but they can throw their C4s and throw their smoke grenades and whatnot, their toxic smoke grenades, because there's common default or standard plant spots that are usually the go-to spots for the attacking team, and the defenders usually know those. So you want to use your first smoke or two if you have multiple sets to bait out the enemy's utility so you don't die to C4s when you try to plant. And also, when that happens, usually the roamers, that's when they come out of hiding and begin their flanks. Now the second clip is going to be, I'm going more in depth on how to properly use them. So this first drone is the defender's perspective, and the second drone is your teammate who's covering you. So two common default plant spots here in the laundry room when attacking Oregon basement is on top of the laundry washing machine, like I'm doing right now, which is the wrong way how to use your smokes, and behind the laundry basket, which is to the right of where the smoke is. So the defender's perspective, they know exactly where you're planning. They know they can see the other default spot, so they know that you're not there, so you must be at the other default spot, so they're going to throw the C4 right on the money. And then your teammate, some of his views covered because he's like practically right behind you, and since you're smoking yourself, his sight is covered. But right here, the proper way to use the smoke, defender can't see squat. Your teammate can cover you much easier because he can see the area around you because the smoke is not on you, and the defender has no way to tell which spot you're planning at unless they have some cams, but your team should deal with it. So that is how you use smokes. Onto stun grenades. This part we're mainly going to be doing testing and showing how stun grenades work. So they have a 3-second delay till they go off, but if you bounce them off a wall or a door frame, then it's just a 1-second delay after they hit the wall. This next part is going to be testing the range of the stun grenade, so it'll be at 10 meters, 15 meters, and 60 meters. So I'll be showing that with the pings, but this part was really hard to test because like your screen goes white, completely white at a lot of ranges, but the effects are different. Like the farther away you get, the duration is less, but also when you're really close, you get the loud ringing of the ears. And I think the full complete range if you're facing a stun grenade is 7 meters, but like I said, it's hard to test. So even at 15 meters, you get like a 99% flash of the screen where it goes completely white. And then at 16 meters, there's no effect at all, as you see here. So I'd say 7 meters is full effect, and then up to 15 meters you can get blinded, but obviously the duration is less. So right here I'm testing, like, no matter where you're facing, if you're under 4 meters within the stun grenade, you will get flash and your ears will ring. But if you're past 4 meters and you look away, then you will not get flashed, and this is a bit of a soft counter. So a lot of times if you're flashing into a room, you might want to turn around so you don't flash yourself, but you still flash the enemy. Onto Claymores, we're going to be testing the lethality of them, and this will be fast forwarded because it gets really repetitive. So that is a 2 armor versus all 3 lasers, he dies. Now it's a 2 armor versus a single laser, and as we're going to see throughout this portion is that it's the same result whether it's 1 laser or all 3 lasers. So 2 armor dies to a single laser. Now we're going against 3 armors, and this is all the lasers, and he goes down. Pretty surprising with the frag grenades as well. I thought it would kill and Brook armor would be the only thing that saves you, but as we see here, a single laser downs a 3 armor as well. Now we're testing a 1 armor with Brook plates, and this is against all lasers, and as we saw throughout, it's the same result no matter the number of lasers, as long as one connects, and he goes down with the Rook plates. Now I'll be showing you guys how to properly place them. So what I'm trying to show here is that you want to put the Claymore on the opposite side where you're going to be, because if they hop out, they're going to have to turn one way to shoot the Claymore and turn the other way to shoot you. So it's harder for them and it gives you more time. Now placing it at a door, I like to place it at an angle where 2 of the lasers are into the wall, because as we saw, a single laser can kill or down. And so right here sticks out to the majority of the door, and that's a proper way to place it. Now we're doing breaching charges. So like I said, or like I rated them earlier, they're the worst gadget in my opinion because there's better ways to do what they do. So that is creating an angle down the hallway onto the ejective door, armory. But this is a better way to create an angle. Make a punch hole. Less obvious and much more quiet. So, you know, go crouch, go prone. But this is my favorite, where you make bullet holes because it's even smaller than a punch hole, and you still get a great view onto whatever you want to watch. So right there, the bullet holes much smaller, much less obvious. And then the other way to use breaching charges, which this way I do approve of, is using them for hatches and vertical play. I'm a big fan of vertical play, and like there's some objectives where there's hatches on the roof, so taking a breaching charge is good for that instead of like using an as charge because you only have 2 of them. And then vertical play, great thing for, but at the end of the day, I think it's still better to take an operator who specializes in soft breaching like Sledge and Buck, because then you can get grenades as a bonus. So that's it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, and if you want more Dirty Dave, subscribe. Till then, see you guys next time.